Hello everybody, so today we're going to be doing, just as you can see what I have on my face today, kind of a simple, fun, one could say Valentine's Day flirty look. If you don't like Valentine's Day though, then screw Valentine's Day, and this is just a fun makeup look. But it's like a really cute kind of like date. If you don't want to do like a full smoky glam, this is still like a really cute, fun, and flirty look. It's really easy. We only use 2 eyeshadows. I'm using the Modern Renaissance palette today, but any red and like kind of pinky mauve eyeshadow tones that you have, or this is one of those looks where you really can like insert whatever colors you'd like to. It's just a super simple technique, and we have even a little fun pop of glitter under the eye. You don't have to do the glitter though if you don't have glitter. It's one of those really fun, easy looks that's romantic and flirty with fun touches that you can put or not put in it. So I hope you like the tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, so first we're gonna go in and prime our eyes. Today I'm using the Shape Tape Concealer from Tarte. It does a really good job of covering my veins. I like to use concealer nowadays more than even eyeshadow bases, because even a pigmented eyeshadow base like the one from Urban Decay, it doesn't completely cover all the veins in my eyes, whereas the eyeshadow base really does give me, or using a concealer as the base gives me a full coverage. Now we're going to use the Modern Renaissance palette. It has lots of beautiful colors in it, and the first one we're going to go in with is Tempera, and that is just going to be the color we use to set that eyeshadow base. So it just goes everywhere to set everything so that we can have a nice blended base. Next then, on kind of a packer fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with Buon Fresco, and I'm going to pack that onto the lid with the brush. Now the nice thing about like a fluffy packer brush is you can pack the color on with the side of the brush and then use the fluffy tapered end to blend out that color. So that's what you see me doing, is I'm packing the brush on the lid, and then with the end or the bristles of the brush, I'm blending it out. So it helps give you a nice seamless look, and you only have to use one brush, which is nice because I do not like to clean my brushes. So I find this a really good brush for doing like a complete wash of color on the lid like I'm doing here. I'm also keeping the shape pretty rounded. I'm not really extending it past like my eyelid and crease area, so I'm not creating a cat eye. I'm just keeping it very natural in line with the shape of my eye. Then on a dense shader brush, which is not fluffy whatsoever like the last one, I'm going to go in with the color Venetian Red. Originally I was going to go in with Red Ochre, but Venetian Red had more of a true red color to it. And all that we're going to be doing is we are packing it along the lash line. And I'm going in with a lot of color, and I really am. I'm just packing and packing and packing it on there, and then I start to blend it upwards with little circular motions. Now if you want, you can stop and leave it here where it almost looks like kind of an eyeliner look, or you can do what I'm going to do, and I take it up so that it covers kind of a majority of the lid, but in a bit of a gradiated look. And this part is one of those things where it just takes patience. You can see I switched here to a little pencil brush to help me blend out a little bit better. And this really is one of those steps where it's just you go back and forth a lot between adding a little bit of red on and then blending it out, and then seeing how your eye looks, going back in, adding a little bit more red and blending it out again. It's very much one of those back and forth things, but you'll get the hang of it once you do it a couple times, and you'll just get the feel for it. And it really is easy, but it's a nice way to do a cool like smoky eye with only using 2 eyeshadows. And it just requires patience, like many things in makeup. Red is also sometimes a little bit of a harder color to blend out, but Anastasia Beverly Hills did a really good job with this palette, and that the colors actually do come across as red instead of pink, and that they're pretty easy to work with. Now what I'm going to go in is with that first kind of packer fluffy brush we were using, and I'm going to blend all the colors together. I'm going over the lid and the crease, but I didn't add any color to that brush. I just took it as is. And then you see me going back in with the packer brush, adding more color, but just to the lash line this time, and maybe blending it up a tiny bit for like a seamless gradiated look, but not blending it out that much, really just concentrating it on the lash line. And you'll even see me, I don't think I have it on camera, but I even go, after I do my foundation, I go back in again and blend the gradient out a bit more. Now on a fluffy brush, the same one we've been using, I'm actually putting the Color Blend Fresco on the brush, and I am just going to blend out our crease one more time. And I'm just blending out the crease. I'm not touching my lid at all with the brush. I'm really just concentrating on that crease to work on what we always want, a nice blended eyeball. Now we're going to do the face makeup before we finish the eyes off, and I'm going in with the Revlon Color Stay. It's a very nice, it's not semi-coverage, it's like a medium coverage that's buildable, and I just blend it all over my whole face. You've seen this done a million times, but it does give a nice, like, natural-esque look to the face. Then we're going to go in with our concealer. I'm using the Shape Tape. You've probably heard of this as well, but it works really well. And I work in sections when I use this to highlight. I'll do the under eyes, blend it out, and then I will do the forehead and blend it out because the Shape Tape dries really quickly. So I just find it easier to work in smaller sections with it. Also, I know the eyes may seem to look a little bit black eye-ish right now, but when you finish the eyes and add the little detailers of like liner and mascara, it really comes together. So don't be scared. Some eye looks look a little bit messy before they look exactly how you want them to, and this is just one of them. Now that our concealer and highlight is all blended in, we're actually going to set our makeup just with a big old brush and some powder. And I actually used the, which powder did I use? I don't remember. But now we are going to go in and finish those eye details that I started talking about. So this is the ColourPop pencil, the white one, and I'm going to do the waterline in white. It adds, I think, a really nice eye-opening effect, which when you're doing a romantic look is a nice touch. And then the fun part is I'm going to take the NYX glitter liner in pink. And what I'm going to do is I'm starting not at the tear duct, but a little bit before the tear duct, and doing kind of the first half of under the waterline, under the lash line with that glitter. And I'm taking it about into kind of where the pupil is, so about halfway to the eye, and just kind of blending the glitter into the lash line. Then we're going to go in with the highlighter Peach Lights by Makeup Revolution, and I'm just going to highlight my inner corner. It's the same highlighter we'll use later, but first we're going to do mascara, the Better Than Sex mascara. It's one of my favorites. It's kind of notorious for being messy and clumpy. I personally kind of like that for my lashes, but it really does add a good amount of volume as well as length to them. And for a look like this, I don't even think you need falsies. I don't honestly wear falsies that often, and for a look like this, I think it's nice to just kind of have your natural lashes. And then for the lower lashes, I'm going to go in with the telescopic. The Better Than Sex is a bit too messy to go in with the lower lashes for me, so I go in with this because it has a nice thin wand. Onto blush, I'm just adding a very light amount of the Romantic Rose blush by Milani. It brings a nice life to the cheek. It's kind of a neutral blush, which I like for a look like this. And that's kind of all I do. I don't contour on a regular basis. I just use blush and highlight. We're going into the same highlight we had earlier. Sorry, I got orange. My camera adjusted kind of funky on me. But with that highlight, we'll just do above the blush into the cheekbones, as well as above the Cupid's bow, and a little on the forehead. Then we go in with lipstick. Sorry, I got a little bit out of focus, but it's ColourPop. And once we've got our lipstick on, which, is the shade Oh Snap, then we have our complete makeup look. And you are ready for whatever the world may bring you. So that was the tutorial. And I really like this look. I just think it's fun. I know I keep on saying it's fun and flirty, but I feel fun and flirty in it. So I hope you liked the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and spending some of your time with me. I hope to see you in the next video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe or leave a comment or anything. It's always fun to hear back. But yep, love you guys and hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. Mwah!